There are moments when the sky stops whispering and starts pointing. And this week, the cosmos, the universe, isn't vague, it's deliberate. And what is it doing? It's drawing a line straight to your future. So we've got this powerful new moon in Cancer and this yod formation, right? So right here is this yod formation. And what is that? It's a sacred geometry that astrologers call the finger of God. And I know if you watched me, my little Astro babies, we've talked about this finger of God before. Well, this week that's forming. So it's not just symbolic this week, it's personal. Because this energy, it isn't about faith. It's about permission to evolve. So let's walk through this together. Welcome back, my Astro babies. Welcome back to Astro Forecasts that shift timelines. For those of you that have never seen me, welcome, thank you. I'm Cindi, and here we don't just read the stars, we remember why they called us here. So this week specifically, we're going to be looking at the sky on June 24th or 25th, depending on where you are in the world. Okay, we have this new moon in Cancer. That is when the sun and the moon are together. Okay, this new moon in Cancer, do you see how it's close to this Jupiter? Right? So this Jupiter is at 3 degrees. This new moon in Cancer is at 4 degrees. So they're talking to each other, like really talking to each other. But that's just the beginning, because the new moon isn't alone. It's part of a yod. And what's a yod? It's a rare mystical alignment. And it's what some call the finger of God. Now, if you've been with me and you've seen me at many other times, we've talked about this aspect before, but I'm going to lay it out for you. We're going to walk through this so that you understand how it applies to you in your life, right? So this forecast isn't just a breakdown. It's a soul map. So let's trace it together. So this yod right here, before we move on to the new moon in Cancer, this yod has to do with Mars here and this Pluto here. Okay. So yes, this is a big aspect here. This is going to feel big, but we've got other things that are going on that we really need to pay attention to. Okay. So once again, let's trace it together. Okay. First, let's talk about this new moon in Cancer. Beautiful new moon in Cancer, right? So any new moon in Cancer, anytime this happens, remember this. The new moon in Cancer is always a return to home, okay? It's a return to self. It's a return to your feelings. It's a return to the place inside you that longs to belong. But when it's conjunct Jupiter, like it is, like it's going to be, the emotions are heightened, they're expanded. So this isn't just nostalgia. This is about a spiritual remembering. So Cancer in this will be saying, feel what you've been avoiding. So what have you been avoiding? It's time to feel that. And Jupiter says, now that we're feeling it, let's grow from it. Okay? This new moon is a chance to redefine what home feels like to you. Not what it's supposed to look like, but what does it feel like to you? It's about the inner belonging first. You must first belong and know where that is for you. And then you will reflect that out to the world. And the world will reflect that back to you. That's how manifestation works. That's what you're doing all the time. You're just going to be conscious of it now. Okay? Let's talk about what makes this week so rare, right? So I want you to imagine that you're standing inside of the yod. Okay? Remember, this is the yod. We have the sun, the moon, Jupiter at one end, and it's sextiling Mars. And they're both pointing in conjunct to Pluto. Okay? So imagine you're standing right in the middle. Okay? So we're standing inside this yod, and it's a formation of sacred geometry in the sky for us. Okay? So a yod looks like two planets, again, which is the moon and Jupiter in Cancer and the sun. So the moon and Jupiter in Cancer are in a soft, flowing sextile with Mars in Virgo. So these are in Cancer, Mars is in Virgo. Okay? And this means, yes, there's support, there's movement, there's a desire to take aligned action. That's what is like pushing you, pulling you towards, right? A desire to take aligned action. But then both ends of that sextile point directly at Pluto, right? In Aquarius by something called an inconjunction. Okay? That's where the yod gets its name, because this is not a comfortable flow. This is not. It's like a cosmic or universal pressure is what it's feeling like a divine push, right? So Pluto over here in Aquarius, he's been in Aquarius, right? Now he's got this yod. This is the finger of God pointing over here, right? Pluto is transformation. We know this, right? If you've been watching me, you know about Pluto. Never take your eyes off of Pluto for too long. Don't do that. Right? Well, this is the time we're not going to do that. Okay? So Pluto is transformation, and Pluto says, this is the place where your soul must evolve now. And in Aquarius, y'all know about Aquarius, right? So that pressure is aimed straight at the future, at your role in the collective, at your liberation from the systems that kept you small. It's time to evolve that now. It's time to grow from that now. Okay? So think of it like this. You're being offered support. This is the stars and the planets and everything aligning to support you. The moon and the Mars, right? They're here to support you. You're being offered support to help you move forward, to help you move. But the target of that movement is not comfortable. It's there to support you, but it's not there to make you comfortable. Because change for some people is not comfortable. And I say change for anybody is not comfortable. Others are just more adaptable. Okay? So, how does this apply to you? What could you be feeling? Right? So you may be feeling a nudge to leave something familiar. You may be challenged to express your truth publicly. Right? We've had a lot of that lately. You may notice that an old emotional habit just won't work anymore, right? Like, oh my God, I already know that's not working, right? Your old emotional habit, it's just not working for you anymore. You're realizing that, right? These are all the nudges. This is what you may be feeling. You also may be feeling called to serve in a way that requires more visibility. Okay? Now, this is the universe pointing its finger, not to blame you, but to wake you. Okay? The yod says, and the finger of God. So the yod says, you've outgrown your cocoon. It's time to stretch. Okay? So if you feel uncomfortable, if you're feeling uncertain, or like you're standing at a spiritual crossroads, please understand you are not broken. You are just being summoned. All right, my beautiful ones. Now, if you're newer to astrology and all of this sounds so intense, take a breath. It's all right. You're in the right place. It's going to be okay. I promise. And you don't need to understand every detail to feel what's inside in your own life. Okay? You just need to tune in. That's all. So, how do we do that? Let me give you some pointers. Okay? So, I want you to ask yourself these questions. Where do I feel both pulled and uncomfortable right now? Where is that? Okay? Ask yourself this as well. What is trying to break open in me, even if I don't feel ready? And really sit with these questions, okay? And then the last one I would ask would be, what vision of my future keeps returning, even if I try to quiet it down? Do you understand? There's a reason those dreams and those visions have not gone away. It is part of your path to try to make them reality. And it's not even trying, it's what's possible. You can do this, okay? This is your soul's astrology. You don't need the degrees and all the aspects and blah, 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 blah. You just need to listen to your life. Astrology is the mirror. It's just a map. But your body is the truth. I'll say that again. You don't need all the aspects and the degrees. You don't need to understand all of that. You just need to listen to your life. You just need to listen to yourself, your soul, your energy. Astrology is the mirror, but your body is what's saying the truth to you. Okay? All right. So I want you to remember this, okay? This is important. This isn't just a cosmic theory, okay? That's not what this video, this is not what I do, okay? This is not just a theory. It's a living invitation. These are energies. This is vibration, all right? So I'm going to make it really practical because that's what I do, right? How do you actually work with the sky like this, okay? How do you incorporate that into your life? What does it mean, right? So one of the things that I will do, I'll just name some things and then you get to decide. It's your soul. Listen to your truth, okay? You decide whether you want to do one of these or none of these. That's kind of up to you. Everybody has their own path and their own choices, okay? I'm just giving you this information to help remind you of who you are, okay? And to work with this map that we have called the skies and the aspects and the planets, right? So number one, begin with this journal prompt, okay? It's simple, it's powerful, and it's soul altering. Sorry, I was going to say honoring. It is that too, but it's soul altering, okay? So you can write this down, or you can just, watch this again. But here's what you want to say in your journal, because this is going to get you to really make these things practical and learn how to work with them, okay? So here's what you want to ask. What am I being asked to release emotionally? Okay. So I can step into my future, so that I can allow my future to unfold. What am I being asked to release emotionally? This is Cancer, remember. Right? Don't overthink it. Let it be messy. It doesn't have to be cohesive at first. You're going to do it again and again until you get it right. And there's no pressure. There's no, I got to get it right because she said it's your alignment. Let it be real. Let it be messy. Let it be raw. This question alone can reveal the patterns that have quietly ruled your choices for years, that you're so used to, you don't even realize it's happening. And writing this down and really thinking about it and having it come through you will help you see the patterns. Okay, so the next thing you can do is create a sacred moment on the night of the new moon. We've talked about this. I talk about this every time there's a new moon or a full moon, right? So on the new moon, that day, at that time, that day, that evening, right, on the 24th or the 25th, depending on where you're at in the world, light a candle. And it's not to manifest something outside of you. This is Cancer. This is Virgo. This is Aquarius. Okay? It's not to manifest something outside of you. It's to witness the truth already growing within you. It's coming from inside you. It's going to be reflected out to the universe, to your life, to the world, but it's coming from you, your truth. And you can witness this. And lighting a candle shows like the action. I told you, the language of the universe, the language of this life is action, right? And then speak these words aloud, okay? This is what home means to me now. Okay? Did you hear how I said it? I want you to say it with as it's like a declaration, not a wish. You're not asking, you're commanding from your being, from who you are, from your power. Okay? This is what home means to me now. And it's not a wish. And I really want you to soak that in and let your nervous system feel the shift as you say it. Okay? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know completely. You just have to see what comes up. How? What do you want? Right? This is what home means to me now. It might be a feeling like, it might just be a feeling. You might not get a vision, right? It might be a way of living that you can see or feel or sense. It might be a choice to finally rest, or a truth you finally give yourself permission to claim. Okay, this is all important. There's no right or wrong. It's the way you are. It's your path. But what's important in this is that you claim it, you command it. You don't even have to claim it, because claiming it would even suggest that it's outside of you. It's not. It is you. So command it, and then let your nervous system feel that shift. Okay? Number 3, watch your emotional reactions, right? Jupiter is going to make everything bigger, heightened, right? So it's in Cancer, emotions. There's a new moon on that. It's going to intensify. And Pluto over here is going to intensify things. You know how Pluto works. If you don't know how Pluto works and you just started watching me, I'm going to put the Pluto series up here. You need to go watch every one of those houses, because Pluto is nothing to play with. He has been very prominent in my life, all my life. Okay. All right. And Mars, you know how Mars is. Mars is like, why haven't we done it already? So Mars can provoke, right? So when you got Jupiter expanding and heightening your emotions, and then you got Pluto intensifying everything, bringing stuff up to the surface that's been hidden, and Mars provoking over here and like, let's go already, let's do it. And you're trying to like figure out, is it the right thing to do? This means that some triggers can come. When all this, with this energy, and you're standing right in the middle. Remember I said, imagine you're standing right in the middle with this energy running through you, right? So you can have triggers come. What I want you to do and how you work with this is to be mindful of places you want to control or collapse instead of pause. How many of us, this is a big thing that I'm just seeing. How many of us, if we cannot control it, we will be like, well, forget it, and just walk away, right? That's not what we want to do. We have to be mindful. And let's finally transmute and alchemize this energy, right? We're not trying to collapse it and burn it all down. We don't want to do that. We're not trying to control it either. Okay? We just need to pause, let it go through us, alchemize that stuff. This is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm telling you guys each of these things. Okay? And then I want you to ask, so pay attention to your body, be mindful, right? And be mindful of the places you want to control or collapse. And instead of doing that, those things, when you're triggered, I want you to pause. And I want you to ask, what's really asking for attention beneath this? Sometimes it's grief because you never got to. You were never allowed. You never got the chance to. You buried it because you had to be strong. Sometimes it's a long, silenced truth rising like a wave where you're just like, oh, and just let it happen. Let it come through. Honor your feeling. Honor that grief. Honor that anger. Honor that elation. Honor it. Let it happen. Stop holding back the tower. If you've seen me before, we've had that tower come through and I said, y'all are powerful. Y'all are keeping that tower from happening. Let the tower come through and rise. That's getting you to the next place. Your beautiful, abundant, wonderful life is trying to come through, and you are holding it back by holding that tower, by not looking at what your soul wants to honor, which is sometimes your grief, sometimes your anger, sometimes your stunted growth because you weren't allowed to. And sometimes you've done all that, but it's just time that you need. Okay? And number 4, you want to anchor into your body. Remember, we're in Aries right now, right? But especially with this going on, Virgo is the body. Virgo is like grounded, earth, body, healing, right? So we have to take air, water, earth, put them together, use them together, right? So anchor this stuff into your body so that you can transmute it, so that you can, it's not just about releasing, it's about just transforming it. You've had these things for too long, and that's what's holding you back or keeping you from that next phase that wants to unfold for you, right? This is not a week to escape upward into other ethers. This is not that week. This is not the week to go up into, let's go meditate, let's go blah, 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 that's not it. It's time to embody your future. You have to hold space here in this world if you want those things to come through and become physical reality. Do you understand that? If you've been watching my dailies, we're talking about that all the time. I'm teaching you step by step how to claim your space in this world. Go watch those. Okay? So how do we do this right now? Right? Let's walk barefoot. Walk barefoot in the grass. Eat grounding foods. Eat foods that are green. Eat foods that put you back in your body, right? Dance. Dance like nobody's watching. Who cares? Dance. Listen to music and dance. Lay under the stars and remember remember what? That the sky is not above you. It's inside you. You are the universe becoming aware of itself. Do you understand that? I know you do. You just have to remember. The sky is not above you. It's inside you. And you are the universe becoming aware of itself. You are not here to repeat the past. You've done many incarnations of that. Your family line has done many incarnations of that. This is different this time. You're not here to repeat the past. That's why you've never done things the way everybody does things. That's why you kicked up against systems. That's why. You're not here to repeat it. You're here to root the future. You are the branch and the seed, the memory and the possibility. Do you understand what type of being you are that has the memory and the possibility? And this week, the stars are not just speaking to you. They are summoning. Let this be the week you don't ignore the signals. Let this be the moment you stop waiting for life to change and you choose to change how you meet it. All right, my beautiful ones. If you've felt what I've said, let me know what you're declaring in this new moon. And subscribe if you're walking this path of remembrance. And share this with someone you know who is standing at their own crossroads. And I will see you on the next episode. Bye.